What's up, guys? This is Hector from Not Too Nerdy, and it is official. November 15th will be the release date for the PlayStation 4 in the United States. November 29th will be the release date in Europe. Now, a lot of people speculate that it should be in the middle of November. Some people thought it might be the end of October, but more realistically, the middle of November is a perfect date for it. Now, I personally think that the Xbox One is going to try to undercut that, because especially the announcement that Sony made that they already have over 1 million pre-orders for the PlayStation 4. And the fact that Sony finally said it, then that makes it pretty much official that it's over 1 million pre-orders. Now that's a lot of pre-orders, that's a lot of copies of PlayStation 4 being released. So I assume that the last big chance Microsoft has to grab more people is to undercut Sony, and that's to be released about 1 week before, I'm guessing, or maybe 2 weeks. But I believe Call of Duty Ghosts is released November 5th, I believe, and I'm guessing that will be the day that Microsoft wants to be released. So that'll be interesting to see if that's what they're gonna do. But let's get back to Sony real quick. Now, this press conference announced plenty in different news. There's a lot of games that were announced, actually. But once again, they focus a lot on indie developers, which I personally think that's a great idea. Some people aren't happy that it's all about the indie developers, but let's be real. Indie developers help out the game industry. They give you a lot of games, a lot of cheaper option for games as well. So you don't always have to go with the bigger budget games. The more games, the merrier. Now, they announced a Rogue Legacy, which is a really good game. Will be on the PS4, exclusively on the PS4. They also announced both the PS4 and Vita will be getting the newer version of the Binding of Isaac, which is called Rebirth. They will also get a new N Plus game, and they'll get sequels to Hotline Miami and Guns of Icarus online, which these are really, really cool games, and it's kind of awesome to see that they'll be getting support for that. Now, there's a bunch of other games that are mentioned, they just happen so quickly, it's hard to see, but they did show support for the Vita to let you know more information about the crossplay and how it'll work, and it should be something that'll help the Vita a little bit more. Now, it's going to have it's going to get supported by every single game that comes out for PlayStation 4, unless it's something that has to do with PlayStation Eye. But if it has nothing to do with motion control, then it's going to be released for crossplay. Now, they showed Assassin's Creed 4 and how it works, and it actually looks really good on the Vita. So that's something good. But also, they announced something like Borderlands 2 is going to be releasing on the Vita. Games like this is something that could help the Vita out a lot. So it'll be interesting to see what they'll do with the Vita. But they also announced a price cut for the Vita, so now the Vita is now $199, and also 199 pounds as well, I believe, or euros. I forgot which one it was, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. Once again, they actually poked fun of Microsoft a little bit, and they pretty much discussed saying that they never change their policy. It's always been about the gamers, and even though some of our competitors have flipped over, just remember, they're trying to get you to remember who did it first, that they're always been about the gamers, and they still are, which is pretty good. It really kind of made Microsoft look bad again, and Microsoft doesn't really have a huge conference or anything like Sony for Gamescom, and they're not even going to show up to in the Tokyo Game Show, so that's not looking good for Microsoft right there, because now Sony pretty much has a chance to talk about PS4 here, and they also have a chance to talk about the PS4 at the Tokyo Game Show as well. So I think overall it's a great presentation by Sony, and it's kind of cool to see all these games coming out. Once again, there was no big budget game like Uncharted 4 or anything announced, but I think that might be announced later on after the release of the console and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. So November 15th in the United States and November 29th in Europe. So this is Hector from Not Too Nerdy. I'm out. See you, YouTube.